Earlier this year, Printify added products from Adidas through the print provider Fulfill Engine. In this video, we're going to take a look at some samples of Adidas products from Fulfill Engine and talk about whether you should consider selling these products in your print-on-demand business. All right, before we jump into this, I just want to mention this video is not sponsored and I bought all of these samples myself. All right, so selling branded products is something that I have kind of toyed around with a few times over the last few years since I've had my print-on-demand business on Etsy. You can now also sell print-on-demand directly on Amazon through the Seller Central integration on Printify, and you can sell branded products and use the brand name in your listings on Amazon, but you do have to sort of apply for that and get approved so that you can use the brand name in your listings. Printify actually provided a tutorial on setting up your Amazon Seller Central integration where they did talk about how to request that and get approved. So I will put a link in the description to that exact segment of that video if you're not sure how to request getting approval to use a brand name on Amazon. Now on Etsy, it's a little bit easier because we can just say that it is an Adidas product in the listing without getting any special approval. What I want to do in this video is talk about two things. First, let's talk about the quality of the prints from Fulfill Engine on the samples that I got. We'll talk about the products themselves, and then we'll talk about pricing and who should really consider selling these products in their print-on-demand shop, at least in my opinion, in terms of when it makes sense and when it doesn't. First up, let's talk about the print method here from Fulfill Engine, because I noticed on all of these samples, they all appear to be DTF or direct to film printing. They all have that sort of one solid, almost like a decal feel to them. You definitely can feel where the print area is, and it kind of has that feeling, at least right out of the package. These haven't been washed yet. We will wash them and make sure that they hold up. All right, let's talk about these products individually. Let's start with this moisture wicking sport t-shirt. This is one where I definitely think the Adidas quality is evident, even though, it is sort of a material that you can get on white label or no brand name products. I do think it's apparent, that it is Adidas. You do get the nice quality Adidas tag on here with something specifically I want to mention here, but you also get the Adidas branding on the sleeve, which has actual texture to it. This isn't a print. This is like silicone, maybe. It's like kind of a rubbery feel to it. So it's basically just like what you would get in the store if you bought an Adidas t-shirt. You have a printed neck label for comfort there. And overall, the quality of the product, it feels like an Adidas quality product. So no surprise there. The one thing I want to point out about this tag is this right here. There is a tear off little price label on it, the same as you would have as if you were buying this in a store. And this almost makes this a deal breaker for me personally. Now, this is totally like some people will not care at all, but for me personally, I don't want pricing on my product that doesn't match the price that I'm going to charge. When it comes to the print though, as far as, DTF quality goes, quality looks pretty good. There's a little bit of softness in some of this down in the lower portion of the text that you hopefully can see in the close-ups. But in general, I'm satisfied. The colors are nice and bright. I wanted to do at least one design that was very bright colors to see how it would come out. The colors came out pretty good. I'm overall happy with it. We'll see how it feels after it comes out of the wash though. All right, let's move on and talk about the sweatshirt here. This is a lightweight sweatshirt, and it's just a crew neck sweatshirt. You do have branding on the sleeve. You've got your Adidas branding here. You've got a pretty lightweight material. This is the one product that, other than having the brand name Adidas on it, this does not feel as worthy of a premium price to me. This is just my opinion, but it feels kind of lightweight and nothing about it feels like higher quality. So this is the one out of the samples I ordered that I'm a little bit like, I don't know that I would love paying a premium price for this. I'd probably be like, well, I paid for the Adidas name and nothing else. Now on this one, interestingly, the tags don't have any type of pricing or other information. There is no price attached to this one. So we don't have that problem that we did with the sport t-shirt. In the printing, again, we have DTF. We do have that kind of decal-y feel to it. Overall, the printing came out fine. I don't really have any problem with the print quality on this one. We'll see how it is after the wash. All right, moving on, let's talk about the hoodie here. This one, actually feels different to me and more worth a premium price tag. It's funny, you would think that it might feel similar to the sweatshirt. This material feels higher quality. It's a little bit heavier weight than the sweatshirt was, but for this hoodie, the overall quality actually does feel to me and look in person better than the quality of a Gildan or a Bella canvas. Again, we have branding on the sleeve, and it is printed, not the raised rubber. For this one, I wanted to do a design that had a lot of fine details in it to see how that would come out. This one actually to me feels the best. I don't know why. If they're all DTF, in theory, they should all feel the same. This one has the least decal-y feel on it. I don't know why. And again, on the sweatshirt, we do have some information on the tags, but we don't have any price. So I'm happy with that. Not concerned about the customer seeing a price that doesn't match what they paid. The last sample I got is a pair of sweatpants because, well, why not? We might as well take a look and see what the sweatpants are like. There's a very limited print area on the sweatpants. It is up here near the left side pocket, and this is about as big as I could get this text within the print area. In my opinion, this really limits, how creative you can be because you're only printing this one small area. But overall, the quality of the sweatpants is nice. It matches this hoodie very well in terms of the weight and the feel and the materials. No information on the tag, so we're good there. The branding we have on this one on the side is actually that like raised rubber material that was on the sport shirt. As far as quality goes, very happy with the quality of the sweatpants. The print feels good. It does not have an overly decal-ish feel to it. Something that could wear off a little bit more easily, but we'll see how it comes out of the wash. What we're gonna do now is put these all in the wash, see how they come out, but while they're in the wash, we're gonna take a look at the catalog, at the prices. We'll see what prices we would need to charge for these, and we'll consider whether they're a good idea to sell, depending on the niches that you sell in. All right, let's start with the hoodie here. We're gonna take a look at pricing, and we are going to use Etsy as our marketplace, as we usually do on my channel. So as far as the pricing goes, we're gonna be calculating it with the Etsy seller fees factored in. So I'm going to scroll down here so we can see our cost and then use the calculator to see what our profit needs to be. So our cost here for the hoodie, if we look at our size extra small through extra large, the production cost is $33.43, and that is the Printify Premium price because I am logged into my Printify Premium account. The shipping for these is $9.99 in the United States, and that price is consistent for all the sizes. If we look at the production cost for the sizes 2XL, 3XL, and 4XL, the price goes up from the base price of $33.43, which is normal. So let's click on the profit calculator here and see what we can get as far as a retail price. Now, if I put a starting point in the profit margin field here of 30%, then it's going to calculate a retail price for the sizes extra small through extra large of $56 even. That's a profit of $16.80. And that is not factoring in the shipping. So that's assuming we're charging $9.99 to the customer, our full shipping cost here. So if we check this little box or hit this toggle to do free shipping, it means now it's going to factor that $10 extra cost into our expenses and not charge the customer. So that takes our profit margin instantly down to just 12% if we left our price at $56. So if I reset it to 30%, now that's taking it up to $72.51 with the shipping included. So this would be me doing free shipping on the listing. So that price, in my opinion, is prohibitively high. I don't think I could sell these hoodies for $69.99, not at least in the niches I sell in with the types of designs that I sell. Now, I could charge something for shipping, maybe not $9.99, because honestly, on Etsy, we don't want to do that anymore. On Etsy, starting in October of 2024, they are factoring in your shipping prices in your search ranking, and if your shipping price is over $6, then you're not going to get as good of search placement. So I would want to maximum set my shipping price at $6 and then factor the rest of that shipping cost into this product price. But that's only going to bring down my retail price a few dollars. Then I'm still looking at a retail price above $60, which is really pushing it for, it is an Adidas branded hoodie, but it's still not a super fancy hoodie. All right, so given that we would have to price that hoodie in the range of $60+, let's take a look on Etsy and just see what we can find. I ran a super general search for the term sport hoodie. I tried gym hoodie, and the monthly search volume estimate wasn't very high, but I'm just trying to find a niche where I think there's going to be potential here for selling an Adidas branded hoodie. And I want to look and see what is selling here and what are the prices. So let's pop open Everbee's product analysis here on the Chrome extension and sort by the estimated monthly sales to get the highest volume sellers towards the top here. First thing is, let's look at some of the pricing that they are using. Now, there is one here that is selling every single month and it's priced at $70. So that is potentially a good sign. However, when we look at what it is, it looks like it's definitely copyright infringement here of the New York Yankees logo. So we're not going to go anywhere near that. And that's one we can ignore. If we look at the rest in the top selling ranks here, we're looking at prices in the 30s and 40s, which I would expect for Gildan, white label hoodies. And we definitely can sell the branded Adidas hoodie for more than that. But personally, I don't really want to be any more than, say, $10 more than the average pricing for the white label, not branded products. So that would mean I really wouldn't want to be priced more than, say, $50 to $55 based on the top sellers here. I'm also not seeing any that look like they are actually a branded hoodie either. And if we look at the larger thumbnails of what is ranking on page 1 here, one of the higher priced items is embroidered, which has a higher production cost. People know that they're going to pay more for embroidery. Public service announcement for Etsy sellers. Here are examples of what you cannot do in your mockups anymore. You cannot use mockups like this anymore that say your design here, your logo here. That is now against Etsy's policies or the seller policies for your mockups. You need to use a mockup that shows an actual example of a finished design. If you're going to sell personalized designs like this, this is no longer acceptable. So these sellers need to go change these. But anyway, back to the point here. I am not seeing on page 1 of the search results anyone selling branded hoodies. These are all mock-ups showing off hoodies that are white labeled. They're either Gildan or they're Bella Canvas. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. It could mean you could be the only one breaking into, this niche or a related niche, selling a branded hoodie that people would recognize with the Adidas brand name. So that could be an opportunity that's worth at least trying out. However, it also means you don't really have anything to gauge the market on. If we can't find other sellers selling the Adidas hoodies in this particular niche, then it makes it hard to know whether customers are going to be willing to pay the price that we would have to charge. So basically, if we're going to go for this, it's going to be trial and error. And I wouldn't personally create like 100 of these listings because it could kind of be a waste of time if people just aren't willing to pay over $60 to get the Adidas hoodie versus just getting a white label hoodie. All right, let's come back to Printify and let's do the sport t-shirt now. Let's check out the pricing on that one. This one, I was happy with the quality of the product, happy with the print. The only thing I wasn't happy with was seeing that price tag that came on it. But other than that, let's scroll down here and look at the pricing. So we are looking at a cost here of $25 for small through extra large. It goes up a couple bucks from there till we get to $29 for the 4XL. And the US shipping cost is $5.19. So let's check out our profit calculator and we will set it to free shipping and we will set our profit margin to 30 and see what we get. We have a price here of $50.64. So I would probably round that down and go with $49.99. And again, this is Printify premium pricing and I'm a little uncomfortable with that price. Now, you could certainly charge for shipping and then get your price down to like $44.99 and throw $6 shipping on there and you'll be okay as far as Etsy's, search ranking for the shipping price. To me, that's, as a customer who has bought things like that before, that is sounding like a lot of money to pay for just one, running t-shirt that's moisture wicking. I'm already borderline on that. All right, let's check out the sweatshirt here. We'll go down to the pricing for the sweatshirt and we are going to find a cost of $30.06 for extra small through extra large. We go up a couple bucks from there for the larger sizes and $9.99 for shipping in the US, same as the hoodie. So in our profit calculator here, with it set to 30% and having the shipping cost built into our price, we're coming out similar to the hoodie here, $66.94. So $66.99 basically for a 30% profit margin with the shipping included. So again, if we did $6 for shipping, we can get away with $60 or $61 here. But it's also important to keep in mind, I'm only using a profit margin of 30%. And ideally, if you're going to sell branded products that generally get more of a premium price, we would hope to be making a little bit better of a profit margin than we make on the white label, non-brand name products. And these prices are just not really allowing it. So let's take a quick look at the sweatpants here and just see where those are landing price-wise. The cost for those, Printify Premium, is $34.04 for extra small through extra large, and we're up to $36 or $38 for the larger sizes, and again, $9.99 for shipping. So same as the sweatshirt and the hoodie. So with shipping factored in, we're looking at a total price of $73.51. So again, if you wanted to charge for shipping and hit that $6 limit for the Etsy search ranking, then you can back $6 off of that price for the product price. We're pricing pretty high here considering these are Printify Premium prices. All right, everything has come out of the wash and it is mostly good news here. Really no change at all on the moisture wicking sport t-shirt. We still have a, relatively decal-ish feel to the print, but nothing really changed with it. It's not faded, it's not cracked, and overall, the fabric is exactly the same. The hoodie, similarly, the print looks fine, nothing changed here. There's no cracking or fading or anything like that. The one place we do see just a little bit of deterioration after the first wash is on the sweatpants. A tiny little bit of some cracking formed after the first wash, which is not the best sign, but granted, some of it is probably just the texture of the fabric underneath. So I wouldn't call this a bad result, but there's a little tiny bit of evidence around some edges of a little bit of peeling or cracking. So this one is a little bit not what I was hoping for in terms of the result after the first wash. The black sweatshirt shows you the evidence of just how much fuzzy lint comes off the lining of both the hoodie and the sweatpants. They have the same fleece lining, and I used a dryer sheet to try and reduce the lint here. The lint trap was completely full of lint, and still you can see on the black sweatshirt that's also just flying around in the room here just how much lint was here. I'm gonna have to wash all of this again to try and get rid of this because there's just an insane amount of lint here. In terms of the print on the black sweatshirt, really no change here, no cracking, no fading, no damage. So it's good news for the most part in terms of how they fared after the wash. It's really just the sweatpants that I'm a little concerned with the durability of that print. All right, so overall, would I recommend selling the Adidas products through your print-on-demand store from Printify? The short answer is it depends, but for a lot of people, no. Not because they are bad quality products or because the print quality wasn't good or anything like that. It's really because it's not worth it for all print-on-demand businesses. And even if we take a step back from the word all, it's not worth it for a lot of print-on-demand businesses, in my opinion. There is opportunity to make profits from people who are willing to pay a premium for a recognized brand name. However, it's just not necessary for a lot of niches. If you do sell in fitness niches, things like sportswear niches where Adidas carries even more brand name recognition, that's where, in my opinion, it could be worth looking into. However, the complication of whether you sell only branded, brand name products versus selling a mixture of white label and branded products, that is where it gets a little bit complicated. You can offer the option to get the same design on a cheaper white label product or a brand name Adidas product and just see which customers choose more often, do that for a little while, like 6 months or a year, and then go from there. However, if you have a more general print-on-demand business like I do, where you pretty much just create designs for any niche that you think will sell, I personally don't think it's really worth going after this type of a market because we're talking about a little bit of disparity, right? There are folks in fitness niches who will pay more for the Adidas brand name, even if the design is very simple and is text only, if it speaks to them. But if it's not really a fitness niche and it's just kind of a humorous saying on a shirt, then a lot of people are not going to want to pay that premium because it's kind of a novelty. So they're willing to pay for it because they think it's funny or they think it's cute or whatever it is, but they may not be willing to pay a lot extra to get that Adidas brand name because it doesn't really fit with the design, so to speak. So really, that was my long-winded way of just saying it really depends on the niches you sell in and the brand of your shop. If you have a brand that fits well with the brand image of Adidas or any other brand, then selling that particular branded product, line of products, makes sense, and I think it's worth exploring when we have an opportunity like this. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Let me know if you sell Adidas products in your print-on-demand shop and how successful they have been. Don't forget to subscribe to the POD Insights channel so you can be notified of future videos. Thanks to all subscribers. I appreciate your support. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.